Hello everybody, it's Nick Falgett. Jumping into a Scars Block 8-4. Don't see anyone that I've yelled at recently in the player list, so that's good. Back from a 10-day jaunt in New York. I tried to draft yesterday, and no, earlier today, and I got bounced in the second round by a deck just running so many unplayable cards, I don't even want to talk about it. But also Urbrask the Hidden. This pack is pretty weak sauce. There's Porcelain Legionnaire, Spinethopter, Master Splicer, and Remember the Fallen. You could first pick a Mind Culling, I think, but I mean, it's definitely a beating in the right deck. I think the Legionnaire is the pick. This is a strong white card, but the Legionnaire is a strong colorless card. So I'm going to take that one. Tormentor Exarch or Blinding Soul Eater. Both of them commit me slightly more to a color. As much as I like this guy, I think the Exarch's a little better. So I'm going to take that. Now is as good a time as any to thank all of you who subscribed and commented and watched. I've gotten quite a bit more attention for these videos than I ever expected to, so thank you guys for watching. I got a comment on my most recent draft asking me to cut down on the amount of sucky noises I make, sort of like the sort of nonsense. So done, over, if I can help it. Feel free to add more comments as we go along. I was in New York for 10 days, and my laptop has kind of been transformed into a desktop because of some cracks in its case. So I was stuck on a Mac, which I don't like very much. Here is a third pick Volt Charge in an otherwise empty pack, so that's easy. Well, not totally empty. There's a Remember the Fallen and a Parasitic Implant. Trespassing Soul Eater's not bad. Wellspring's, you know, got its uses, but Volt Charge, easily the most powerful card in the pack anyway. I have a feeling the guy to my right is going to be taking a little while on all of these picks. So I'll talk a little bit about my draft deck from earlier. If I had managed to curtail some of my abusive comments, it might be up right now. But yeah, I was mainly white. I had a Mirren Crusader and an Elspeth. I was playing, started sort of green. I had a Master Splicer and a Maul Splicer and a couple other green tricks. And then I got to spread the sickness pretty late in the Besieged pack and started picking up some black cards late in Scars as well, like a Fume Spitter and some other stuff. So it's a pretty good deck, and I lost to a very, very, very aggressive deck running like Furnace Scamp and Gut Shot and just packed with removal, and could not. He was running like Golden Urn main deck, just a lot of really suboptimal cards. This pack has a Razor Swine on color, and that's normally pretty okay. Exclusion Ritual's pretty good. Oh, I just made the noise, I'm sorry. I still don't think this is the pick in general. I think Spire Monitor is what I'm going to take out of this pack. Razor Swine is, you know, defensible. Vault Scourge is a little early for my taste, although I do like this card. Lost Leonin and Razor Swine, just, I think I prefer Spire Monitor to the rest of that pack. Here's a Jin-Gitaxias, so that's interesting. Here's my favorite friend, Gut Shot. Not going to run Jin. There's Apostle's Blessing or Vapor Snag or Gut Shot, I guess. I don't really love the idea of fifth picking Gut Shot. Not looking to be terribly aggressive right now. I do have the Legionnaire. I think I will take the Vapor Snag. It's a slight, well, maybe the Gut Shot's fine. I think I am going to take Gut Shot, actually, after just bagging on it. I don't want this Blind Zealot. I'll get a Bleeder Blessing. Soul Eater's not really great here, and I'm definitely red. I'm not, well, I really want to be red. I'm almost certainly not committed to blue at the moment. And this has a lot of utility. I'm not, like, it's not a bad card, and my opponent was playing red. I really shouldn't call it an unplayable card that he was playing. He just, like, he had it every game, and he had just all this burn, and the first game I easily would have smashed him. I could have gotten a third land. Just so unreasonable. Here, we're looking at Remember the Fallen versus Gremlin Mine. I think Gremlin Mine is the pick here. especially if we're going to be blue. We get like a Trinket Mage. We may not be blue. I really do like this card a lot, but with no artifacts particularly. I guess I could take Malira too, but removal is removal. Especially, I mean, it's not the greatest in the world, but I actually haven't played one in a draft yet. I think I've played it in my deck, but I don't actually cast one. Maybe it's dumb to pass Remember the Fallen. We haven't seen any blue except this guy. Here, the choice is between Vault Scourge and Shrine of Piercing Vision. I don't love this card, although if we're going to be blue, I guess it's pretty good. But I think I like the Shrine. I like the ability to dig. We're going to be blue, so it's going to get pretty good pretty fast. I think I like it a little better than Vault Scourge in this spot, although I do like Vault Scourge a little better than most people seem to. And this guy, I really don't mind these cheap artifact flyers. They have a lot of utility, especially now with a lot of Impaler Shrikes and Spinethopters running around. It's just good to have an answer. This card should go about where it is right now. I enjoyed having it. This isn't looking like a particularly aggressive deck, so we'll get some utility out of it. I don't want to take Hover Meter here necessarily. We may not end up blue, or we may end up splashing the Spire Monitor. Here's our original pack. Nothing really left. Obviously not castable. I could take Insatiable Soul Eater, or I could just grab a Flameborn Viren. And I think I'm going to do the latter. Slash Panther is a good one to pick up here. Chain Throat Seeker is something I might have taken if I had picked up like a Razor Swine or a Blighted Agent. These guys aren't bad. This guy is a little slow for my taste. I haven't actually played with the Slash Panther in a while. Really glad this guy tabled. I wonder how many flyers and or potentially unblockable guys you need to play before this was a consideration. It's really not at all right now, especially in a pack with a Trespassing Soul Eater that late. None of these cards are interesting. I'll grab this. This isn't worth anything online, I don't think. Yeah, I think I'm more likely to be annoyed by Dementia Bat. Defensive Stanza, fine sideboard option against all manner of Plague Stingers and Blighted Agents. You know, it's almost like Gut Shot. So, we have one good blue card and a couple good white cards, or one playable white card, and we open a pretty strong white rare. I'm not going to go so far as to call it a bomb, but I am going to take it here. I don't mind playing this off color or with a splash. The other consideration is Fangren Marauder. We're going to commit to white a little harder. Now I do wish I had picked up one of those Remember the Fallens. I'm not going to table much out of this pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's all pretty slim. I'd probably even play the Viren over the Nathosaur unless I pick up a handful of Wellsprings along the line. This is another fairly weak pack with a pretty obvious white pick. So we are veering into white here with a pretty good dude and a good tempo dude. We're looking a little faster. The Panther is a better, this guy's pretty good in aggressive decks. Vapor Snag might have been the pick over Gut Shot, but hindsight is often 20/20. So this guy's gonna be pretty good in an aggressive deck as well. Pretty good with a Mirror Crusader if you can get him through. And a Serum Raker is in the pack, but I think we'll take the aggressive Strider here and plan to be slightly more aggressive than we had originally planned. Remember, the Legionnaire is actually a 2-drop. This is not going to be real good in our aggressive shell, but I don't think we want to grab the Raker. We clearly want to be in red. And we got a 3rd pick Bolt Charge. We didn't see much red after that, but we didn't pass much red either, so we should see at least one reasonable red card. A Quarter Paladin seems like the pick here. We're going to be a little, well, maybe that's stupid. Maybe I want this Luminary Gargoyle, but we don't have a ton of removal right now. The Gargoyle is a big man. Big 4/4 flying man. I think I do want to be a little more aggressive though. And this makes something like Mirror Smith better. quarter shield. It's pretty good. Viridian Claw, Spin Engine, Tine Shrike is not really for this deck. The Claw doesn't do much for us right this moment, but it's annoying to play against, especially with ground guys. I think I just want this Spin Engine anyway. I mean, we have the Warder for the Claw. We have well, it's not. We don't have great options for the Claw, but I think we need to take some red cards here. Okay, so there's a Fangor Marauder that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th pick Marauder. I don't think they should go that late. And in a pack with really not much else, I think I'll grab it. Think about sitting this monitor. So yeah, colors drying up pretty clearly. This pack is just pretty empty no matter what. Concussive Bolt probably has the most utility. Don't love this guy. Don't really want to try and run that guy. We have a handful of artifacts. Acre Wellspring's a pretty good one here. Smooth out some draws. Not going to do much for us in terms of sacking it right at the moment, but now we can prioritize a Rusted Slasher. And Crush is sort of a marginal sideboard card. So the Sword did come around, but I think I actually just want this Bladed Sentinel right now. Got a couple 6-drops. We may or may not run this one versus this one, but we have. And this guy's still being here makes me wish I was green. Didn't see much green the first time around. Not that the Sentinel's so great, but having another 4-drop is generally preferable to having another 6-drop, especially when you have. Well, that said, I did talk about Acre Wellsprings the first time I had Nathosaur out there, so. No, in the pack, I mean. So I think I said something like a handful of Acre Wellsprings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 artifacts. A good blue and a good green card. A card that would like us to have an island or two in the deck. Koth's Courier seems like the man for this job. Although, again, I don't think I want Fuel for the Cause. Certainly don't want Gliss's Courier, and Hexblade Golem seems subpar as well. So this Porcelain Legionnaire comes over here, Slash Panther comes over here. We have a pretty tidy curve at the moment. I'm not thrilled about the way this deck is shaping up, though. I don't really want to run this Warship. Another Concussive Bolt. I'm just going to actually take this Morbid Plunder away from somebody. It shouldn't still be in the pack. I don't remember that pack even being that good. I don't really want another Concussive Bolt, and I definitely have better things to do with my 5 mana than run a 3/4 Battlecry guy. Rusted Slasher is a pretty late gift. Just, you know, another 5-drop Battlecry guy. I actually kind of like the Partisan better, although 4 power is kind of important in this format. Take out Blight Widows, take out Pith Drillers now. Not too worried about horrifying things being revealed to me. I'm not really worried about Neurot Commando either. Shriekhorn, sure. So yeah, I don't remember what I was just talking about. Let's hide all the lands. Hold on, I'm gonna open my blinds.